Have you ever felt like your voice didn't matter? Like someone walked right over you and you said nothing, not because you agreed, but because you didn't know how to fight back without losing your peace? Maybe you nodded, stayed quiet, smiled politely, all while your heart screamed for you to speak, but you didn't. And afterward, you felt something deep, like a piece of your soul was traded for silence. That's not just a moment of weakness. That's a warning sign. Because the more you stay silent when your boundaries are crossed, the more you train the world to ignore you. But what if I told you that the power to stand tall is already inside you? What if all you needed was a shift? A mindset so ancient yet so timeless that it could teach you how to rise with dignity, speak with calm strength, and never let anyone steal your worth again. The Stoics believed in something most people today have forgotten. They taught that your peace and your power come not from controlling others, but from mastering yourself. Seneca said, "He who angers you conquers you." And that's where we begin. Because if you want to stand up for yourself, you must first reclaim your mind from the grip of fear, doubt, and insecurity. You must understand that your voice is not a weapon of war. It's a shield of truth. But before the voice comes the belief. And that belief starts with one simple, powerful truth. You are enough. Not because the world says so. Not because someone approved of you. But because your existence carries value. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. In a world full of noise, criticism, judgment, and pressure to conform, your inner voice must be louder than all of it. But how? How do you stop shrinking in moments where you should stand tall? The answer lies in recognizing your inherent worth. You cannot demand respect from others if you quietly disrespect yourself. Think about that. Every time you let someone cross your boundary, every time you smile through disrespect, every time you say it's fine when it's not, you are slowly convincing yourself that you don't deserve better, and the world responds accordingly. But here's the thing. People treat you the way you teach them to. If you carry yourself like your time, your words, your space, and your soul are sacred, others will sense it, even if you never raise your voice. The first step is to start treating yourself like someone who matters. Wake up and tell yourself, "I am worthy of respect. I do not need to yell to be heard. I do not need to please to be accepted. I do not need to please to be accepted. I do not need to please to be accepted. I do not need to please to be accepted. I do not need to please to be accepted." Still, knowing your worth isn't enough. You must practice calm strength, because life will test you. People will challenge you. Some will try to guilt you, mock you, even manipulate you into silence. And when that moment comes, you'll feel it. A tight chest, shaky hands, that lump in your throat. But remember this, the Stoic doesn't fight fire with fire. He stands in the middle of chaos with stillness in his soul. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." You don't need to explode. You don't need to over-explain. You only need to breathe, pause, and respond with clarity. That pause, that's your power. Practice this daily. In your mind, rehearse the moments you fear most. Imagine someone interrupting you. See yourself saying, "Please let me finish." Imagine someone taking credit for your work. See yourself saying, "That idea was mine and I'd like acknowledgement." The more you practice, the more natural it becomes. Confidence is not loud. It's not arrogant. It's the quiet knowing that your words have weight. And when you finally speak from that place, people listen. Not because you forced them to, but because you earned their attention with your presence. But here's something even more important. Boundaries. Setting them isn't rude, it's necessary. A boundary is not a wall to keep people out. It's a line that keeps you in. It says, this is where I end and you begin. Without boundaries, you'll give your energy to everyone until there's nothing left for yourself. That's not noble. That's self-abandonment. And if you abandon yourself long enough, you'll start to believe that being invisible is normal. Don't let that happen. Start with something simple. Ask yourself, where do I feel most drained in my life? Is it a person who always takes and never gives? A job that demands more than it respects? A friend who jokes at your expense? Wherever you feel resentment, there's a boundary waiting to be drawn. And when you draw it, do so with grace. You don't need to fight. You don't need to defend. You only need to say, I don't allow that anymore. It might shake people. It might upset those who benefited from your silence. But let it. Your peace is worth the discomfort. The ancient proverb says, a man without self-control is like a city broken into and left without walls. Don't be that city. Build your walls, not to hide behind, but to protect your light. Because the truth is, not everyone deserves access to your heart. Access is a privilege. Your time is a privilege. Your energy is a privilege. And when someone proves they can't handle that privilege with care, you have every right to take it back. And yes, it's going to feel hard at first. You may stumble. Your voice may tremble. But trembling is not weakness. It's transformation. It means you're breaking old patterns. And every time you speak, when your fear tells you to stay silent, you become stronger. That's real growth. The kind that sticks. The kind that turns quiet people into warriors of self-respect. And the world needs more of that. More people who stand firm without becoming cold. More people who speak truth without screaming. More people who love themselves enough to say no more. But don't stop at just speaking. Reflect. After every interaction where you stood your ground, pause and ask, what did I learn about myself? The Stoics journaled their thoughts daily to become better humans. You can do the same. Write down what you felt, what you said, what you wish you'd done differently. Not to judge yourself, but to grow. Because this journey isn't about perfection. It's about progression day by day, step by step, until one day you realize that the things that once scared you now feel easy. That the situations that made you feel small no longer hold power. That you no longer flinch when it's time to speak up. Because you know that your voice is sacred. And here's the secret most people won't tell you. When you truly begin to stand up for yourself, something strange happens. You stop needing to prove anything. Your energy changes. People feel it. You enter rooms differently. You hold eye contact. You walk taller. You speak less but say more. You don't chase approval. You don't beg for love. You become someone who attracts respect naturally. Not because you embodied it, but because you embodied it. That's the Stoic way. Quiet, confident, clear, control. So ask yourself right now, where in your life have you been silent too long? Where have you allowed others to shrink your soul? And what's one small act of courage you can take today? Maybe it's saying no to something you always said yes to. Maybe it's asking for what you need without guilt. Maybe it's finally standing up to someone who has crossed your line one too many times. Whatever it is, take the step. Not tomorrow, not next week. Now, because your peace cannot wait. Your voice cannot wait. Your dignity cannot wait. You don't have to be loud to be strong. You don't have to be cruel to be clear. You only have to believe that you are worth defending. The world will catch up. And when it does, you'll look back and realize that the moment you chose to stand up for yourself was the moment your life began to change. So take a deep breath, straighten your spine, let your silence end where your power begins. You are no longer here to be small. You are here to rise, and now is the time.